Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to another CIO East Africa webinar. Today, we are being hosted by Data Group IT, which is going to focus on data center security. It is our pleasure once again to host you to another exciting and informative session from a technology perspective. As we do know, data centers hold very sensitive proprietary information, such as customer data, intellectual property, and we have to make sure the sites are digitally and physically secure. Because if anything goes wrong, we do know what customer information, how sensitive customer information has become today. Obviously, your company information would be exposed if anything went wrong, and we do know what the repercussions of what that would be to your organizations. So today, I'm very happy for us to have a session where we can talk about data center security. As we do know, security is all about external and internal. And one of the big things that we always kind of seem to forget is that security starts with the individuals in the organization. So we do have two speakers with us today. We have Chibuzo Mubuka from DGIT. He's the Africa Pre-Sales Director. And then we do have Yaron Wheeler, who's the Product Manager at Checkpoint Software Technologies. Those of you who attended a session with us, I think 3 weeks ago, we had Checkpoint speak to us on security. So here we are again, focused on another security session. A few house rules before I hand over. As usual, please communicate with us through the public chat window. If you can't hear anything, if you can't see anything, we do hope to have a smooth session today. Remember to post your questions in the Q&A window, and we will take those questions after the two presentations. We do have handouts. The two presentations are sitting in the handouts section. Please, you can download the presentations from there if you'd like to follow as they're doing their presentations and the two speakers are speaking. And the session ideally is supposed to run for 1 hour. Depending on how engaged you are from a question perspective, we shall ask for your permission to extend to another hour, 15 minutes or an hour, 30 minutes. So first we'll have Chibuzo who will do his presentation. And then after that, we'll have Yaron.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Laura, for the brief introduction. My name is Chibuzo. I'm a cybersecurity specialist. I work with Data Group IT. My role involves helping customers effectively prevent cyber attacks and breaches. So this involves helping customers build roadmaps, advisory services. I also help customers optimize their existing architecture and redesign when necessary. So today, I'll be walking you through the introduction to our company, Data Group IT, what we've done, what our journey has been up to now, and our coverage sectors. And most importantly, I'll be talking about our 6-pillar strategy, our 6-pillar security strategy that we believe every customer in Africa should adopt and should imbibe. So I'll be telling you about the different strategies that relates to these 6 different solution areas that relates to this 6-pillar strategy. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into it. Data Group IT was established in 15 years ago. We started off as an infrastructure company before we dived into security over 10 years ago. So we've been proposing security solutions to customers, and from Data Group IT is a value-added distributor, meaning that we are not just like regular distributors. We act more like the vendors, meaning that we have cybersecurity specialists in-house. We have the best salespeople that have relationship across different customer environments. But as a focused company, we sell through the partners. And one of the things that we do to help partners is the enablement, because we believe that the partners have more to offer in terms of supporting of the customer, in terms of adding value to the customer, because they are in daily relationship with these customers, and they know them better. So during these 15 years that we've been in operation, we've been able to sell to over 1,000 customers to at different sectors of the economy across different countries. So for us, we see cybersecurity as not just the challenge that affects only the big enterprises. Everyone has that challenge. Every customer size has that challenge. That's what we have seen in our different engagement with customers. So things like business email compromise is what every customer is facing today. So it's not all about the big customers. Every customer faces this type of challenges, and we have solutions that fit into every sector and every customer size, right? So we have offices in 7 countries. Our HQ is in Nigeria. We have offices in South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Angola, Ghana. So in these different offices, we have technical cybersecurity specialists and salespeople that help customers to offer them services that can help them prevent current and future challenges as regards cybersecurity. So I talked about the different sectors that we've worked in. So one of the key benefits that you can have as a customer working with Data Group IT is that we have domain experts. We have domain expertise across different sectors. For example, we have done business with different sectors of the economy, like the financial, the telecom, the government. And we understand the unique challenges that this specific customer or this specific industry always have, right? So we propose solutions that help to address these key challenges that customers are having in specific industries. One of the things that we also do is to help customers meet compliance regulation specific to their industry. So, for example, customers that want to meet PCI DSS or HIPAA as regards payment card industry or healthcare. So we help customers align solutions that can help them meet these compliance requirements. And also, we know how to we know the challenges that the telecom industry faces today in Africa, right? So we don't just throw solutions at customers. We understand their challenges. We sit with them, build a security roadmap that fits into specifically their challenges and know how to that can solve it invariably. That also concerns governments too. For example, we have worked with different revenue authorities across Africa, East, West, and Southern Africa, and we know the challenges that these revenue authorities face in Africa. We know the way they do their business, so we know different touch points that we need to secure as regards their environment. So that is the benefits and that is the expertise we bring to our customer. So I talked about the fact that we have in-house cybersecurity specialists that help customer to understand the challenges, to understand how we can align our solutions to fix these challenges. So for us, we know the challenges that customers are having. We align solutions to fix them, right? So we don't just throw solutions at customers. We have a way of aligning solutions to challenges in order to fix those challenges. So most of our solutions have the best features like machine learning, artificial intelligence. So that's one of the reasons we partner with companies like Checkpoint, right? Checkpoint is an innovative company. They understand the recent trends. They understand how to achieve more with less, right? So you see most of our solutions integrate artificial intelligence, because most times when I have discussion with customers, they always tell me. So when we talk with different customers, they tell us whether our solution has machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this is one of the areas that we add value to our customers. We have solutions that have this embedded that helps customers to achieve speed when it comes to cybersecurity response and remediation, and also to to address today's challenges like zero-day malware protection, zero-day malware prevention, and also help to prevent things like business email compromise. So another of the benefits that you can get as a customer working with Data Group IT is that we always tell our customers security shouldn't be an afterthought, right? It should be part of your design. It should be part of the infrastructure when you're planning any deployment. For example, if you're planning to deploy a banking application, you need to think about how the different touch points that those applications and API is going to touch and how you can secure it effectively, right? So one of the things that we do is when customers want to launch applications like this, we sit with them, understand how the application works, and see how where there will be any risk involved with using the application and propose solutions that can fix, that can help protect those applications from being compromised when they're deployed, right? So we always have at the back of our mind to think of security by design. We don't think of security as an afterthought, and this is what we are evangelized to our customers. And we tell them to always think of security before deploying anything. Cloud, we see most of the customers moving to the cloud in Africa today. Most of the emails are on the cloud, on Microsoft Azure or AWS. So, sorry, on Microsoft Office 365, and we see workloads moving to Microsoft Azure and AWS. But one of the key challenges our customers have is this: when they want to move to the cloud, they think of the security. They ask themselves, or they ask us, how confident are you that when I move to the cloud, all these my apps are going to work? This security I have on premise is also going to work on the cloud. So that is why we come as DGIT. That all our solutions are cloud ready. You can confidently move to the cloud with our solutions, so you don't have to worry at all. So we are that partner you can partner with to move to the cloud securely and confidently. So all our solutions, like I said, is cloud ready and ready to work on the cloud. Infrastructure technologies is also part of the things we do. We help customers to meet compliance as regards backup and disaster recovery. And this cuts across different solution areas that we have in the portfolio. Just like checkpoint, we always think of prevention. We always think of blocking, because we see most competitors talk about detection. Yes, detection is good, but if you don't prevent or if you don't block, there's nothing the detection does for you, right? You would have done a lot of damage in your environment before you know what's going on. So for us as Data Group IT, we always think of prevention. That's why we have a Security Operations Center that offers security services to different customers across Africa. So we have a SOC sitting in Lagos, Nigeria, which is managed by world-class people that understand security, that have domain experts in different sectors. So for us, we believe that even if a customer doesn't want to do the capital investment, we have the OpEx model where we can sell security solutions as a subscription to the customers. So why do you need to partner with Data Group IT? We are an innovative company. We're always bringing the best solutions to Africa. So for us, there's certain criteria that we use in selecting security solutions under our portfolio. One is simplicity. The second is it has to be a solution that has a high rating with the rating agencies, right? Simplicity is very key for us. We don't want a solution that you can buy and you deploy it forever. So for us, we look at those criteria, and that's why we assure our customers that every solution that we're bringing to you has the best ratings in the market and is very simple to implement. Just like Checkpoint that we are partnering today, that is one of the key things that we considered while onboarding Checkpoint. So for us also, when we're discussing with customers, that's why we emphasize on sitting with customers to understand what they want to achieve in terms of roadmap. So for customers that don't want to do capital investment, we can do a phased approach. That's where we bring in the roadmap. You can have a 2 years roadmap, you can have a 3 years, you can have a 5 years or 10 years. So that is one of the things that we do so that we can, even if you don't have all the money in year one, you can spread the investment for 3 years or 5 years and make sure that it fits into your budget. So that is also one of the benefits you get from working with Data Group IT. And we have a team that understands cybersecurity framework end to end. So you are sure that you're talking to a trusted advisor that understands cybersecurity, that is not just saying something that he doesn't know. And our solutions can work on-prem, like I said before, on the cloud, or in a hybrid model. So the flexibility of our solution offering is one of the key benefits that you get working with us. So based on our experience working with different customers in different sectors and across different countries, we came up with this CIS Pillar strategy. So most times customers want to invest in cybersecurity, they don't know where to start, they don't know the different areas they need to focus on. So us as DGIT, this is why we came up with this simple model that we think we give for free to customers. If you want to start a cybersecurity strategy or you think of investment in cybersecurity, you need to align it to these 6 strategies. For example, you ask yourself, what are you doing for the network security? What of the data security? What are you investing on in data security? What of application security? What of mobile? What of user security? And what are you doing on the cloud if you are moving to the cloud? So in that way, it will guide every customer to know how to allocate budget across different areas and not just throwing money at solutions, right? So I'll talk about the different solution areas that come under this framework. But this is really what I think every customer should be looking at, and everyone should be looking at in terms of aligning their investment to this strategy. So this is the 6 pillars, like I mentioned. There are different solution areas under these pillars. Let's take, for example, the user pillar. We talk about privileged access. As a customer, you can ask yourself, how do I know how the privileged users in my environment are utilizing the data in my environment? Do I know the different things that they are accessing? How can I be sure? How can I monitor what they are doing at every point in time? What if I give a contractor a remote access to my machine? How can I monitor how he's using that remote access? So these are the questions most of the customers ask us that they have as challenges, right? So we have solutions that can help customers fix this kind of challenge. Also, continuous factor authentication. Before we used to talk about 2-factor authentication, then we moved on to multi-factor authentication. Now it's continuous factor authentication because the bad guys are thinking, so we also need to think and bring up solutions to mitigate these challenges. Another is the endpoint security. Most times when I talk to customers, they always tell me, oh, I have an antivirus, I have endpoint protection. But all of us know that antivirus is a dead solution, it's signature based, so it cannot help you so much. So you need a holistic endpoint security solution, just like the one offered by Checkpoint, that includes encryption, that can protect you from zero-day malwares, that can protect you from ransomware attacks and all that. So we as customers need to start thinking on a holistic level on how we can protect the endpoint, because everyone is working from home now. How do we make sure? And compromises will be happening on the endpoints now, right? Because people are not in the office. So how do we make sure that our endpoints are secured and have the best form of security? Even on the data, right? Do you know how your data is being managed across all the touch points where on the data life cycle, how it's being used? How do you make sure that you get alerts and notification if there's a misuse of information or data, right? How do you also make sure that you meet the compliance regulation in your industry? And also around database security, how do you make sure that you have the best database security? Not just a database security that does detection, but the one that can actually block, right? So we have this kind of solutions under our portfolio. Also if you come to network pillar, network access control, and also perimeter security, like the one that Checkpoint brings on board, that helps you to protect you against zero-day malware, that prevents you from bad guys accessing your perimeter. And also encryption when it has to do with application list, but it gives a form of direction of where we think that customers should be thinking. And we can work with you to make sure that your strategy is your cybersecurity strategy is aligned to these 6 pillars, and make sure that you have a holistic security in all. So I talked about our managed services. So one of the key benefits that we give as Data Group IT is that our SOC is here in Africa, is not outside Africa. We have the best people working in the SOC. We have the best certification for a SOC that CyberSOC that our solution has. And also one of the key benefits is that we can build SOC for customers. We can build, operate, and transfer to you. So we have done this effectively for most governments and most banks in Africa. And this is one of the things that we do. And at the heart of these managed services is provided by Checkpoint. Checkpoint provides most of the solutions that enable our SOC solution. So really, you have everything you need working with Data Group IT. And just like I said, we add more value from the enablement, from the discovery, from the advisory services that we offer. Like most times we offer free health checks to our customers to know their cybersecurity status, right? To know their status as regards security and know what to invest in. You know where the gaps is and know how you can close it. So that is the value we bring as Data Group IT, and I believe that everyone on this call will be able to take advantage of it. Every customer listening to me will be able to take advantage of it and talk to us for good solutions. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, please drop on the Q&A, and that's my email. You can reach me on that email. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chibuzo, for a fantastic presentation. I love the way you're very relaxed when you're talking about technology. It's like you're telling a story. So thank you very much for that. A few things that I picked up from your presentation. I really love the fact that if an organization partners with DGIT, they get the opportunity to spread their payments in terms of budget and investments. Because, at a time like now when business is not very up to speed, we are all struggling to survive. We've suddenly been hit by this pandemic, and we all must work from home, and technology is key for all people to be able to work from home, for children to go to school from home, and for all of us to be online. So we've been hit by this pandemic, and suddenly we have to allocate budgets that we had not planned for. We have to invest in technology that we had not planned for. So the fact that one can get the opportunity to spread their payments and their investments is very exciting. So that stood out for me. The fact that your solutions are cloud ready is very exciting. And the fact that you think across the board, from enterprise to small and medium organizations, is also very exciting. And I'm sure it's also exciting to the attendees online. So now I'd like to hand over to Yaron. Yaron, you can take over now. We look forward to your content. And you have about 10 to 15 minutes before we move on to the questions. If I could just request the attendees online to start posting their questions in the Q&A window, so that when the time comes after Yaron's presentation, we can jump into the questions and answers. Thank you very much. Yaron?
Thank you very much, Laura. So let me introduce myself. My name is Yaron Weiler. I'm a product manager at Checkpoint, responsible for security gateway appliances, as well as Maestro, which is Checkpoint unique solution for hyperscaling network solution for data centers. So in today's presentation, I'm going to over two main solutions made by Checkpoint Technologies. The first one is the next generation of security gateway appliances, which are aimed for the data center. And secondly is the out-of-the-box Maestro hyperscale solution that is a revolutionary solution when it comes to security. So let's go ahead and start. The first part is the new lineup of security gateways. So what you can see over here in the slide is the overall lineup of security gateways available as of today in Checkpoint catalog. You see two lineups, the one below in gray. These are the old appliances from 2016 that I assume some of you are familiar with. Whereas on top of them in the navy blue, we have the new 2020 appliances. Nickname is Quantum. This is the nickname for the new lineup of appliances. Whereas in today's session, I'm going to focus on the large enterprise and data center appliances, which are the 16, 26, 28,000 appliances that we created specifically for these large enterprises and data centers. So the first appliance that we have there for the large enterprise is called the 16200. It's a 2U appliance coming with 4 expansion slots that allow you to interconnect from 1 gigabyte throughput all the way to 100 gigabyte with multiple expansion slots. No limitations for the expansions. The appliance provides 15 gigabit per second of Gen 5 security, which is SandBlast. SandBlast is Checkpoint solution for NGTX. This is the highest level of security available in the market. Includes threat emulation, threat prevention, and this is the complete suite of the Gen 5 security that we do recommend, strongly recommend for everyone in general and for data center in particular. We also publish the numbers that we have for Gen 3 or Gen 2 security, which are firewall and next generation firewall respectively. The appliances are coming with our 8030 version. This is the release version from Checkpoint from around a year ago. Recently, we also announced the R8040. This is the newer version. So regardless if you take R8030 or R8040, the appliance is support on these versions. If you have already Checkpoint management system running R80 something, R8010, R8020, all of them can support this new appliance. When we come to configuration, unlike a competition that offer the maximal configuration regardless of what you think, and you are actually paying for everything included, even if you need only partial of it, in Checkpoint, we believe that the customer should pay exactly for what they want, not something beyond it. Therefore, we come up with a modular configuration in order to allow you to pay exactly for what you purchase and not buy or expand something that you don't need and the vendor force you to take because this is the only configuration viable. Therefore, we have two main configurations which are base and plus. Base is the minimal operational configuration, it's redundant ready, whereas plus is the optimal configuration. The base is aimed for customers that would like to configure the appliance by themselves, whereas the plus is aimed for customers that are using the appliances in a heavily used environment, require the fully redundant storage, power supply, and a lot of connectivity. What we did in order to create the plus, we've analyzed 8 years backwards what accessories and extension did customer purchase when they buy data center appliances. And we created an optimal package called Plus. It's not the maximal one. There's still room for expansions, but this is what we believe is the optimal that would fit 75 or 80% of the potential customers. We can see that both base and plus share the same CPU, therefore the same performance number. When you talk about the configuration, you see that the plus is the minimal operational, meaning out of 3 expansion slots, only one of them is populated. When you talk to RAM, 48 GB of default out of 128. The light out management, which is Checkpoint unique solution for remote debugging and operational, is optional. We do have a single enterprise grade SSD and a single power supply. So this is the cheapest, almost close to naked appliance, but allow you to configure it the way that you would like to. The plus on the other end is what we believe to be the optimal package for the early data center or large enterprise. So out of the 4 expansion slots, 3 of them are populated with 1 GB and 10 GB fiber ports, 64 GB of RAM. The light out management is included. We do have a dual enterprise grade SSD. We provide the appliance with 5 virtual systems already included, which can be expanded up to 250, and redundant power supply. So this is the smaller appliance that we have when we go to data centers. The bigger version is called 2 variants. We have the 26 and the 28,000 appliances. You see the performance numbers are almost double than what we showed for the 16200. For the 26,000, we are providing 24 gigabit per second for appliance for Gen 5 NGTX or SAN plus security. Whereas for the 28,000, we are taking it all the way to 30 gigabit per second. This is the strongest and most powerful appliance we have in our roadmap. If you look at the appliance, let's go to the next one. You see it's a trio appliance. So we do have 8 expansion slots that allow tremendous connectivity, which I will elaborate in the next few slides. The concept over here, this is an example for the 28,000, and we do have similar configuration slide for the 26, which I'm not sure over here, it's just a repeating. But the base is the minimal operation one, meaning it is working out of the box. However, when redundancy is limited. The plus is very powerful, optimal for large, heavy loaded data center. We have 8 expansion slots where we have by default 5 of them populated with 1, 10, and 40 gigabit connectivity, 96 gigabit of RAM out of 128. The light out management is included. We have dual enterprise grade SSD, 5 virtual system with option to expand to up to 250. And we have triple power supply in order to make sure there are no failures in this large heavy machine. When it comes to connectivity, this is an example showing the 26 and 28,000 appliances. We have multiple interfaces that can be connected. You can have up to 64 ports of 1 gigabit copper or fiber, up to 32 ports of 10 gigabyte, or up to 16 ports of 40 or 100. You can have any mix and match of ports within the appliance. There are no restriction when it comes to backplane, heat dissipation, power consumption. You can have any mixture of expansion slot for every network connectivity that you need within your data center. So this is about the security gateway. I would like to use most of the time that is allocated for me in order to talk about Maestro, which is a unique way of looking at security. The issue that we have, or you have as data center managers, that you need to renew your security solution. And you need to buy a security solution that would fit for 6 to 8 years from now. However, if you look at the traffic growth in today's world, we see that the traffic doubles itself every 3 years. And in some of the cases, it's much lesser. Every 2 years, we see that network traffic is doubling. It means that if you need to buy something today, you need to buy something that is 6 or 8 times more than what you need today because of the expected traffic growth in the coming years. The result is a very expensive security solution that it will be very difficult to explain and justify today. Maybe you can justify 5 years from now. And it also means that you spend a lot of capex where you would like to have the investment being OPEX based, meaning you invest something small now and then pay as you grow according to the network needs. If you look at cyber attacks, we see they are growing exponentially, not linearly. And these are just few examples from last year that you see a major financial institute and organizations such as Facebook that were breached. Customers' information was leaked, credit card information was leaked. And we see in the days of Corona, this is a huge opportunity for hackers because many employees are working from home. And for many organizations, for hackers, this is great opportunity to try and hack them, to try and take advantage of the remote control or remote connectivity to the branch office or to the headquarters. And we see a growth in cyber attacks during the Corona. It means that for you as data center managers, you need to invest much more heavy because of this unique situation that many more people are working from home and you need to further support them on top of the day-to-day challenges for the data center. Also, the sophistication of the attacks is growing. These are not simple attacks anymore. The attacks are much more sophisticated, coming in few verticals, and it means that you cannot afford other than the best security solution out there, which is Checkpoint SandBlast Security. So how would you do that? Imagine that you can buy a solution that would fit any size of business, regardless if it's small, medium, or very large business. We have a solution fit for you. You purchase exactly what you need today, nothing beyond it. And then whenever the security needs are growing, you add another piece of Lego and pay as you grow. You expand or scale up your security solution according to the growth of the business and according to the growth of the security needs. No technological risk. The system is 100% up and running. No downtime whenever you add a new appliance. No financial risk. You don't put a lot of CapEx. Everything is OpEx based with a very minimal investment. You start the Maestro Solution and then pay as you grow. Let me show you the details in the rest of the presentation. Maestro is an orchestrator. It's not an appliance by itself, but it's a very sophisticated combination of switch and load balancer that allow you to cascade multiple appliances under a single Maestro system. It's like creating your own cloud, but in premises within your data center. The Maestro, the orchestrator, is located in between the network and the actual appliances. We still need the actual appliances. This is where a Checkpoint software is running, and this is where the security is being done. The orchestrator located between the network and the appliances is making sure that all the traffic is balanced in between the appliances. It allows you to divide the appliances connected to it to several security groups, each one for different aspects of the business. Anyway, I will elaborate later on, and provide you a cloud level resiliency in premise. Hyperscaling, so we can expand the Maestro system from one appliance all the way to 52 appliances connected to single Maestro system. So you can start with 2 appliances for redundancy reason, and then according to the growth of the business, the growth of the security need, you can add more and more appliances in the coming years, and that way the investment is OpEx based rather than CapEx based, and your security solution is growing. You don't need to invest a lot from day one, but invest according to the growth of the business. Operational supremacy. We do have a unique management system on top of a Checkpoint management system that allow you to have a single view for the entire Maestro system. You can, of course, drill down for every appliance, for every connection and get the details. But as an administrator, you can have a single view showing you the Maestro is a single logical appliances and get all the views associated with it, all the policy management, all the rules, all the threat, all the alerts, everything in a single view. And the cloud level resiliency, which I will elaborate later on. All the appliances are working in active mode, which is tremendous benefit compared to any traditional cluster, and allow us to have a dynamic resiliency among the appliances. So as I mentioned before, you can start with, let's say, 2 appliances. Over here, I have an example of a Checkpoint 16,600 hyperscale security appliance. It's a 1U appliance providing 17.6 gigabit per second of threat prevention. So if we are starting with 2 such appliances, it will provide us with 35.2 gigabit per second of threat prevention. But if the growing needs of the data center is coming up and we need to have more appliances, so we can simply connect another appliance And once we power on the appliance, within 6 minutes, the Maestro automatically pushes all the policy, all the rules to the new appliance. And within 6 minutes, the security solution is going up from 2 appliances to 3 appliances, providing 52.8 gigabit per second. You don't need to do anything in the provisioning, just power on the appliances after being physically connected. And Maestro, within 6 minutes, will push all the provisioning policy and rules and make it happen. And we can cascade up to 52 such appliances, which would give you a tremendous throughput of 850 gigabit per second on a single security solution under Maestro. So over here, you can scale up and add more and more appliances according to the needs, according to the data center growth and the security needs of the organization. We don't have only one, we have multiple appliances that can be connected to the Maestro system. This is the new Quantum lineup that I showed before. And you can see that starting the 6200 appliance on the left side, we can use any checkpoint appliances from the Quantum series to be connected to the Maestro. So again, you can treat them as Lego bricks that you can add to the solution. The 6200 appliance provide 1.8 gigabit per second of threat prevention. And if you look at the right side, if you connect a 28,000 appliance, each such appliance provides 30 gigabit per second. So you can choose the right Quantum appliance and grow your business with it. This is just to show you some of the scalability options that we have with Checkpoint Quantum appliances under Maestro system. So you can see that if we have on the left side, the 6600 appliance, which provides by itself a single appliance is coming with 3.7 gigabit per second. However, if you cascade multiple such appliances, we can reach 150 gigabit per second. And this is way more than any other solution out there in the market. And this is one of the weakest appliance or configuration that we have in our portfolio. If you take a stronger appliance, like the 600, we reach at 150 gigabit per second. And if we take the 28,000 appliance, we can reach 1.5 terabit of threat prevention on a single Maestro system. This is about scalability. So you can start with 1 or 2 appliances and cascade up to 52 according to the business needs. I would like to focus, all the appliances are working in active mode, meaning if one appliance fails, the load will be rebalanced between the remaining appliances. If you compare it to traditional cluster on the left side, one appliance is active, the other one is inactive. So if 2 appliances providing 1 gigabit per second, the combination of 2 of them in traditional cluster is only 1. In Maestro Orchestrator, 1 plus 1 is 2 because both of the appliances are working in active mode. We do have auto scale that allow you to scale up and down between security group and to move resources for different needs. Again, we do not have too much time to expand. We do support dual sites for data center backup and disaster recovery. You can have 2 data centers up to 10 kilometers from each other. The limitation is coming from the optical latency, not necessarily from the Maestro itself. So you can have 2 data centers working in active mode. One of them is the main data center. The other one is the backup data center. This is just an example. So I'm jumping forward to the summary. So we do have the industry leading solution. There is no any other solution out there in the market. It's a hyperscale solution that allows you to cascade multiple appliances up to 52 under single Maestro system. All the Quantum appliances are coming with SandBlast or NGTX out of the box, which is the highest level of security that is mandatory for data centers. We cannot compromise on anything other than the best security available out there. We are using the latest and greatest hardware innovation and providing the best security solution with Checkpoint SandBlast. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Yaron. I noticed you had quite a number of slides that you have not been able to finish, but all our attendees have your slides, so they will be able to access them and look at the content that you are not able to cover.